No, let her be in the picture. Hi, I'm Mirela Moscu, and I've been here in Artist in Residence for 2 months. Been focusing on this project great start. On this project more about the process. My work is usually painting on oil on canvas, but I wanted to do a group of paintings to show even the practice, which is usually don't see in a type of, oil on painting kind of thing exhibition. So here you can see more about the finished things. It's usually inspired from the things that I see around me. And I wanted to show the beginning of how usually my works come about, which is a lot of sketches and works on paper. You can see a repetition of the same elements because that's kind of how I get to set up my ideas, by repeating. And the drawings that I make is either of people or things that I see around me. Sometimes I take a photograph, but it's just to make the drawings. I can delete the photograph after because I don't see necessarily the use. I don't want to translate something because my role, I feel like it becomes just to translate from one medium to another. And I want it to be more free in a way and to explore and see. I feel painting is like a reactionary medium because you can have an intention of achieving something, but the painting kind of fights back because it can go places, it can interact with something that's underneath, and it always has a reaction. And I like that. I like the surprise, and I like the things that can happen and you can keep or destroy, and it's a process that I like more. And if we go further, we can see here. This is a sketchbook. Again, the starting point where my works come about. Again, a lot of repetition of the elements. This is actually from Santa Lucia, the church. If you've seen, there's a depiction of her holding her eyes. The story is that she got punished by her fate and her eyes will pull out, and I wanted to connect this symbol of the eyes because it's something I've been interested in my work in general. I feel like it's a sense that we have and let us experience the world around us and navigate through the world. And again, this is the painting that is inspired by the same location. There was this 3 tourists there, and it's this gesture of touching or like closing the eyes. I think that we never get to touch our eyes. We mostly, touch the eyelid and not the eyes itself because it's painful. So, yeah, but I think it can mean a lot. Also, like, when you don't see anymore, it's basically the end of life, I guess. So, yeah. And it's to be, not like a real head, but more like a mask and something like in between. If there's any question at any point, you can feel free to ask. Everyone is quite quick. Yeah.
Question.
Yeah.
What's the flame represent in the drawings?
So the flame is something from, if you look at religious paintings, there's the scene with Christ risen to the sky and the apostles around him. Basically, that's the Holy Spirit when it comes above them, and then they become the apostle, which means they're, they go out into the world. And yeah, it wasn't necessarily like the religious reference that I wanted to have. I just wanted to integrate that in my work. It doesn't necessarily mean it will get anywhere. It's just I like the idea, and sometimes I'm just picking up things, and then later on we'll see if it develops. That's why I do this. Anything else? No? Okay.
So you're saying this religious reference is just something that randomly appear?
It randomly appeared because I saw a lot of paintings. You know, I've been to the Museum of Ancient Arts, and there's like you can see a lot of these depictions there. And I've been just paying attention to gestures and things like that. So yeah, I make it here. You know, in the sketchbook, I feel like I'm allowed to do whatever. You know, because it's usually something that a part of the work that you don't usually show. So, yeah, it's kind of how it is. Okay. Any other questions?
Maybe do you want to share what's coming after the residency?
It's coming. I'm going home, basically.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately,
For us.
yes, for me too. Trust me. I'm not sure exactly. I have some things cooking, but I don't want to jinx it. So just let them cook a bit more.
I see. We will keep following you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So this is it.
Obrigada.
Oh,